is immersed.
And there we go.
What is that?
I don't know.
What's making
Wait a minute, it's too much fun.
MSNBC.
Are you
Wait a minute, it's too much fun.
That was my computer. I'm so sorry.
Your computer is having too much fun tonight. Just leave it
Yeah.
alone. That was too good.
It's enjoying this super moon.
It really.
Where are we at here? Zoom. Here we go. Man, I tell you, I just have really messed up my.
So we
No, you're fine. It's
yeah,
called
it's recording and we're not hearing that.
I know you can see me, but I can't see you.
Oh, you can't see us now?
You're
I clicked on something.
Lauren's going to have fun editing this out.
I may have him keep it in there and put some very interesting opening. Be like, what? What was that? Where? What?
Wow.
They're hearing the voices. It's the voices.
Again, right?
The voices.
I think it goes right along with the theme, so it's all good.
Huh.
It's the what, huh? What was that? No, what?
What have we got going on here? Just a second.
This happens to me a lot though, because I'll pop in and then he'll tell me, you're not live. You're live, but you're not public. I go, what do you mean I'm not public?
Show
know.
video. Okay,
Yeah.
there you are. Finally. I had to close everything else out. Oh, there we go.
Old ladies at work. Well, except for Nicole. She's a young lady.
No, this is camouflage, darlings. We dyed it. No, yeah, still young. But I'm young-ish compared. You guys are silly. I am young compared. I did not think that my age was that young for the community, but I'm actually the median age, which is very unique.
How old are you?
I'm 46.
I was gonna say she's
You're a baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't see myself. I'm like, I feel like I'm this old, nice little,
Yeah, I know,
crone walking around with my stick going, here, take this herb. It's good for you. Like, that's how I feel like. I don't function otherwise. But go ahead, Betty. Sorry, darling. Who wants to introduce? Someone introduce, because today's mischief,
we're
so enjoy.
recording.
Yes. All right.
Go ahead.
Well,
it goes right along, everyone. Go ahead.
This is Cosmic Classroom episode 3. And this is our Sovereignty of Souls. And this week we're going to be talking about elementals, all kinds of nature spirits, and that includes rocks, trees, everything, flowers. And of course, we've got to talk about the fairies and all the things that go in that realm. So, as you guys, if you've been watching, you know, I'm Betty, or BJ, from Esoteric Musings. We have Nicole from Cosmic Blue Avian doing her float wave for.
There you go.
We're doing the queen. Come on, we're the pageant queen.
Well, that's it. You're the queen of the parade, right? And then we have Mother Tarot, Loretta. Hello, lovely ladies.
Hello, hello.
Welcome. Anyone who is going to be coming and viewing this. We are still having technical
We're learning.
interesting experiences, and we're working towards live. So we are going to try and make our next one live, and that may be a learning curve, and that's okay. It's all about learning, right?
Yep.
So that's where we're at.
That's it.
And so, who wants to start with introduction of all the spirits out there?
Oh, I can't do the introduction of spirits, but I'm Loretta, Mother's Tarot. It's my channel.
Well, I can introduce them if you'd like, but I want Betty to give her absolute awesomeness of what happened. So I'll introduce the fun of the fun. So what just happened was we had so many fun technical things. You call it retrograde. Have your fun, doesn't matter. What it actually is, it's just energy is compounding on itself with more shots of. If you look at the sunshine, it's super bright wherever you are. I don't care what time of year it is. And because of it, we're getting not just massive sunspots, we're getting energy from other parts of the cosmos.
Right.
No, I didn't say universe, I said cosmos.
Mhm.
There's a reason for the big word. Cosmos means everything. I think
Everything.
I like that.
I think the etymology of the word cosmos actually means the entire, not just universe,
Mm,
not unified, everything,
right,
but
right. Yeah.
I think it actually encompasses everything. Now, and that's the point. So we were talking about stones. Just now we're trying to get on live, and then we had a craziest echo out of nowhere that we couldn't.
Oh, yes.
Like, so all these things are gonna happen. So what happens is, and you start, let's say you're sitting there drinking a cup of tea, and all of a sudden, you're talking, and then your TV flickers for this fun, and then, or someone goes by and like taps you on the shoulder, goes and walks away, and you're like, nothing is in the room. What is going on? Am I losing my mind? No. If you are very earthbound and very earth careful, and actually, sorry, go ahead. If you care about what's going on the planet, and you came here for Mother Earth herself, for Gaia, you most likely are connected to what I call elementals. They are the most little feisty, fun, and if you're like me, Madam Serious, which I am, like it comes off differently. I know, I'm sorry, I'm confusing, but I'm a teacher, so it comes off this way. But I am the most serious human being on the planet. And they will mess with my lights and tell me to relax and play with the things I'm playing with and move the things in my room because I am serious. They are very playful. They want you to play and enjoy yourself.
Yes. That's why they
And
love my house.
That's it. That's
They
right.
insist on playing. Yes.
And because they do that, they like to take things. I'm gonna set you up, Betty. Ready?
Okay.
They
Good.
like. I'm setting you up, darling. Because Betty sent us the most amazing video I've seen in a long time. And I swear to you, these two lovely ladies have set up the stills in the videos, which I'm not that technically skilled yet, but they did it. They're amazing. Between the husbands, the husband and and the beautiful Loretta, they figured it out. So now we will show you something that
Okay.
I found absolutely amazing. And then we will go into what, because
Mhm.
I work with fae, what people call the fae and things. Why do you think we know what fairies look like? There's a reason for that. Why
Yeah.
do we look at like gnomes and trolls and things?
Mm.
Yes, we've glorified them. We made them romanticized, but for the most part, some of them aren't so pretty, but they're actually very helpful. And I work with the leprechauns. Yeah, how funny is that? If you drew pictures as a leprechaun like I did as a kid and didn't know why, pots of gold, guess what? You probably were leprechaunish. So you had like friends with a leprechaun. I have friends with the leprechauns. Betty and I have friends with owls. Yes, this is another connection. So all of this works with nature. Nature works with, and Sasquatch is the big one that protects
Mm.
all of things that are natural. As far as I'm concerned, if someone has another opinion, I want to hear it. If you don't like what
Yeah.
I said, even better. Like
Yeah.
I said.
No, I
So-
love the Bigfoot.
So I'm gonna pass it to Betty, but she had the most. I mentioned just some names there. It could be any of these things, could be none of these things, it could be anything else. It could be things I
Yeah.
walk through from different dimensions. I
Yeah.
don't know.
We'll let folks watch it and
We will
make
get
up
your
their mind
feelings.
what they think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
For my
want people to
husband, the
use their
longest
narrative.
time, everything was a spider web or a bug. And there's just some things that you cannot label in that category. And what we're sharing here are just a few of the things we've caught.
Mhm,
I wish
mhm.
I could find more, but I mean, a lot. There was at least a solid year where at least 3 or 4 times a week we were catching things on our ring, very
Mm.
similar to like you're going to be seeing here tonight.
Go
So
ahead, Betty. All you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I have fairy
Mm.
rings in the gardens. I have sacred spaces I've set up in my home that are homage to the fairies and the
Mhm.
dragons. I have dragons all over too. Well, if I ever took you on a grand tour, I've got gnomes, but I saw my first gnome when I was 15 years old. And I saw him shimmy up a light post at the end of a very big field. And oh, she's switching over. Okay.
I'm trying to find them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So
So-
funny. Keep talking.
Keep talking, girls.
So yeah, I thought I'd lost my mind seeing this little guy shimmy up a light post, and he winked at me and then was gone. But I mean, he was classic with the little woolen vest with the big
Oh,
round wooden button, and he
oh,
had little green pantaloons with his little turned up toed shoes and,
Oh,
and a cute little cap. I mean, he was just adorable. Big beard, just adorable.
mm.
And I thought, oh, I I really didn't know what to think. And the friend I was walking with, I did never say, look over there. I just
No.
didn't say a word. I
No,
just
they'd be
stared
like,
the whole
Are
time.
you okay? Do you need something? Can I help you?
But that was my first dead
Wow.
on visual of
Wow.
something other, and many more have ensued since then. So are we queued up, Loretta? She's
God, I
working
wish
on it.
we were. Just a second.
So we'll set it up a little more. Betty had this amazing incident or occurrence
Occurrence,
in her,
yeah.
like not just in her backyard, but no joke, in the ring camera, the ring light in the front of her house caught. Wait for it. Caught the most awesome image of an entity. I'm just gonna call it an entity
There
that
we go.
literally bounces off one point, meanders, and then flies straight up and then to another side and then disappears. It is the most amazing footage.
And we got to let that roll because on that one, my husband, when we first saw it on the ring, it went so lightning fast. We both were like, what was
What?
that? And he literally had to click one frame at a time to get back to the origin point. So when you see this video, it is slowed down and it starts at the origin point of the light. And so we have to watch it for a bit because, well, you'll see. But what happens is by the end, when it's running off the property, it appears to be like a ghost cat, and then it dissipates. It's
so
just
cool.
so cool. Yeah, it's so.
Oh,
So
I can get it up here. Yeah. And that's you were talking about the one that
yeah, that you've got an
shows
MP4.
up. Yeah,
Okay.
it's showing up at the beginning.
Yeah.
I wonder what the heck.
Yeah, the
You
others
can show
are
the
photos.
screenshot while you're looking for.
But
I had it. I pulled it up before we
yeah, you did.
came on.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make
And you
sure
had
I
it
could
as
do that.
BJ's MP4 or something.
Yeah.
I think is how you had
This
it.
is what I call the hijinks of the fun. This is mischief.
This is
what
just
they do.
our world. Yes.
This is
No.
what they do. It's mischief.
Yesterday we were watching something. We were watching a YouTube channel, and I don't remember the context of the conversation, but all of a sudden the TV went. Boop. I'm like, did we not pay the bill? Did we? We blew the entire wall socket. Yeah.
Oh,
Walter's got to replace it this weekend.
No.
Oh yeah, but that's
No.
typical.
But that's what you do. You yell at them and say, stop
Yeah.
playing with the wall
Okay.
sockets.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to set boundaries. It's true.
Oh, there
But-
it is.
Oh,
There
you
we go.
found it? Oh, good job.
God, I hope so.
We're crossing fingers. Realize
I am.
this
I'm
conversation
trying to
leaves
get
us wide open to all kinds of.
BJ's fairy light. I
I'm
think
knitting
I
to
got it.
keep the peace.
Here we go.
Here we go,
Okay,
people.
Watch. Just
Can you
watch.
see my
Now,
mouse?
can they
move
see it
around the
without
slide?
us being here in the? Because
okay,
it's going to
we're
go
good.
behind us on this.
See
They'll
that?
see it. Or there it is.
Did you see it run off?
There
I'm
it
bringing
is.
it back.
You see that?
It looks
There
like
it
a
is.
freaking cat.
I'm
One,
bringing it back
two,
again.
three.
Now watch.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Is that
cool.
something? Yeah.
It's so cool.
And that's slowed down,
Yeah.
people. This is slowed down. Now, we need to also pay attention to the house across the street there. That's my
Yeah.
neighbor who has sent me other photos that you're going to see. And she asked me things like the other night, we put up all our Halloween stuff. You're seeing some of it. And there's 3 skeletal heads that light up. She tells me the next day, I would love how the heads look. They look so gorgeous lit up. And I just looked around, I'm like, they're not plugged in. She goes, no way. No. I said, they're not plugged in yet. We haven't got an extension cord out there yet.
Oh
She
no.
goes, I know, I saw them. I even got a hold of my husband, said, Paul, look, they're so cute.
You
Oh,
didn't
It
tell us about the
happens. We have
That is
weird light
amazing.
stuff all the time. So
this is
yeah,
neat.
I have no doubt she probably was seeing our skeleton heads live lit
And
up out
describe
there.
this better, like, so everyone can see for real. It's kind of starting, like right
Yeah.
by that pillar, that lighted lit.
Yeah,
kind of
the
Yeah, the
lit
light
pillar
in the
starts here,
center of the
and then that
screen.
light buzzes off,
dissipates.
develops
Yeah,
a
right
tail.
over. Yeah.
Yeah. And at first
And
I
then-
thought it was our
yeah.
cat, but he's tailless. So I'm like, that's not Bert.
It's
Really
floating in
cool.
the air. Where's
Yeah, and it's just running. It's just not even
Yeah.
touching ground.
Well, I
It's-
keep
and it's
looping
so
it.
cool. And
Isn't
look where
that-
it's going, and it's going across the street to the edge.
Yeah.
Of like kind of in the middle of the street or
Yeah.
the edge of your house boundary, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And wow, it's as if it
Yeah.
stops
And we
there
didn't, and the thing that's even stranger, that we have another ring by the garage that shoots the whole driveway. It doesn't show up on that ring at all.
Oh
Wow.
God.
This
Yeah.
is so beautiful.
So that, but what I want to point out before we click off of this
okay.
is there's going to be something that you're going to see that's a light flash, and it's a still because my
Yeah.
friend captured it out of the video I had shared with them. That was another ring video from probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was, what it is it, as you're looking at my porch here where the water bowl is for the cat and the
Yeah.
food, there out of the plant above it suddenly comes the size of a tennis ball. It looks like a soap bubble, perfectly iridized
Ah.
sphere. And
That's
it
what-
goes from the plant, it goes across that same pillar where that light showed up.
See?
It drops down to the potted plants and goes about halfway across them and then shoots up in this light burst, just this strip of light.
Wow.
And that was another one. What the heck was that? Because we
That is-
initially didn't see the soap bubble. So when we went back, we saw the origin of it, and it was this bubble that just floated and floated. And then the light flash. And the light flash is what my friend focused on and opened up. And when you look at that, you'll see that it's 5 separate light pieces in that.
Amazing.
I
It
just-
almost looks like this, it is popping out of the pillar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that
Well,
something?
it's like Harry Potter. It's like,
And
you
I
know,
want
Yeah.
to tell you,
9 3/4 or something, you know,
There-
where they have to go.
yes, sometimes we'll have people walking north from our driveway, and they go by that pillar and they never come out the other side. You don't see them
Now,
down.
now I know
Wow.
what it is. So now when you ask me, I think, and I said there's a part of like possibly like a portal or some kind of space,
Yeah,
interactive space.
yeah.
It's where your pillar is.
Well, you said we've got like 4 portals in this
Oh my
house.
gosh, you have tons of them in the backyard.
Yes. Oh, I know. In the Grove, we've got a very big portal there because that's
Over
where
the-
a lot of
over
my
the water, the
fairies
grove,
come in there.
the bench. Yeah, they have parties in your backyard. I'm surprised
Yeah.
you can't hear.
Oh, I'm telling you, they are party central.
I love
But
that she has a
in my-
grove.
In my music room / sacred space, it's where I have my altar and everything. That picture that you're going to see in the little bit of the woman in the window,
Oh,
she's literally right over my altar. That's the room.
let's
Wow.
go
So
there
it's a
next.
sacred, dedicated
Yeah.
space in the house.
Okay, let me see if I can get this. God help us. God help us.
I took my shungite out just for you by the phone. Here, I took
Oh.
my big shungite just.
I
so you
got my
can-
big
Oh.
prophecy stone. One of my
There you go. So we're holding you
He's
down.
up here.
See,
Yeah.
we're talking stones. We're talking elements. Everything matters. Everything vibrates.
Oh yeah.
here it is.
I got 2 of my smaller twin crystals too.
Oh wow, smaller. Notice people. She said smaller, and she.
Oh,
held
I
it.
have. I'll have to bring my.
No, I know. I saw one.
Um,
You have to show the big crystal one day.
Which one? The twin that's
Oh,
in on my coffee table in the living room?
I'm not sure.
She's
I'm
about
not sure.
6. She's Isis.
Yeah.
She's an Isis twin.
The thing is, there's one that hubby won't let you show on screen again. Remember, he said don't pick that one up.
oh,
But I love that.
oh,
I
the
love that one.
cathedral. He brought me that time when he
I know,
said,
I love that
something.
one.
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
the cathedral.
I know.
That's the
Bring the one you
cathedral.
can bring up. Bring the one you can bring up. I thought there's one I just love beyond words.
But
So
no, I should let you get a gander at the aquamarine that's over on the plant stand. It's huge. It's gorgeous. But anyway, yes, we get on rocks. We'll be here all night.
That's right.
Yes, I always have my favorites, and they're all my
Oh.
favorites. I can't say
I love
they're like
rocks.
children. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a gold healer,
Oh, I love that.
golden
Yeah.
healer. Huh?
Okay.
Wow. I've never
Yeah.
seen one of those. That's beautiful.
Oh,
Thank
and
you.
let me tell you something. That I've got 2 other specimens of it that are totally different looking. Now here's a single termination crystal that's here. Now the beautiful thing about this is it's full of phantoms. I don't know if you can see the phantoms.
Ooh, yes, we did. It's definitely full of fun in that one.
Yeah. And I've got a crystal, a smaller one than this. It sits on my desk in the office. And it literally has a carbon thumbprint in the center of it.
No.
How does that
Oh, that's
But-
called you.
Else.
You're getting a lot of information off these things.
happen?
Okay.
Yeah.
good case.
But
Buckle
so
buckle-
while we're talking, I'll just
That's
while she's pulling things up, I will share that for the longest time when I was young, I was always seeing spirits, and they scared the heck out of me. And
Yeah.
so I asked for
Uh-oh.
that site to be set aside because I didn't want to be frightened. I'd say,
Oh, of course.
that was
I don't
one.
mind knowing they're here. I don't mind sensing they're here. I don't mind
Right.
hearing them. I just don't want to see them because
Yeah.
they freak me out, right? Well, I've
No, no,
asked for the
beginning
last
of it
couple
all,
of years,
everybody.
I've asked for that second site to return,
Uh-huh.
and the fairies found out that I was in the process of that opening back up. And one
Uh-oh.
night as I'm laying in bed, I'm suddenly aware of these beatific little faces coming at me from the ethers, and then they'd come right up and smile at me, and then the next one would come up and smile, and I mean these beautiful little cherub faces, they were adorable. And it took me a little bit, and I'm like, hello, I'm saying hello to them, and they're grinning, and I'm like, it's the fairies, they're showing me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know I can see them now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the
I
very
had a
last
thing-
one
Go
was
ahead,
this
go
little
left.
trickster.
Yeah.
He's a little mischievous guy, and
Oh,
he
goodness.
came all the way up, and then he goes like that. I'm like, oh, you little stinker! And I shook my finger,
Seriously.
and but he's innocent. He's just mischievous. So I told, I mean, the fairies know they got to keep him in line, or he's going to be out.
You scare us leprechauns what's what the leprechauns do. So every time we would come in, and I'm looking around, and I'm sitting in my living room because I don't really sit in the living room.
Okay.
But I looked outside at the patio, the glass. My husband has food. The glass thing. There's a glass door, and as I'm looking at the door, there's a tree that has like a tall bush. Like, hey, kick the camera some more, husband.
Husband.
You were keeping that in too. All right. So I'm passing the bushes, and as Betty's talking, like the mischievous one, I see this kind of like a pointy, really cool, like if you see a profile of like a face where it just kind of goes like I'll draw it in the air. Has like a nice elongated forehead, the burrow of the eye, and then you have this long, cool, pointy nose, and that has like a pointy chin. And he's laying back, and you see his arms doing this.
Uh-huh.
And you see his profile, and he goes, "My name is something with an A.S. something, right?"
Mhm.
And I said, "Yes, Astroman or something cool, right? Something very funky, cool name, right?"
Yeah.
And I said, "So, what can I do for you today?" He said, "No, I'm doing it for you. This is a nice spot. Nothing's going past us here. No, we're liking it here." And I was like, "So you're watching for creatures, for eight-legged creatures? Please do not write in the comments or anything.
Yes.
Please, I'm not in the mood. I don't like them. They scare the boogers out of me." And he's like, "No, we got your back. But this is fun. We're just sitting right here." And he makes sure the little mischievous ones don't come in because the mischievous ones were messing with my lights.
Oh yeah.
and they always pop in, and he would be the ones doing that. And then he sends, and he's like, "Don't worry, we'll talk soon." And then I had a daydream, my butt crack. I was astrally thinking or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm thinking of something, and I was just like closing my eyes, and I saw the most beautiful parade of like Betty was saying, short, tall, different sizes, different bodies, wings, cute faces, small faces, not so interesting, like not so pretty faces, like the cute little outfits, the pointy shoes, the hats, the vests, everything.
The whole
All
nine.
sizes. And they go from like here to 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 here. And the tallest one is up there, right? And that one is Mr. Sasquatch. That's my friend that watches.
Oh,
And I'm looking, and they're walking in a silhouette of black, like it's a black silhouette against like a night, like twilight, right?
nice.
So,
Yeah.
so you can see them like in that sense. So, and they came marching in for me, and they were doing like a march parade going, she's watching, she's coming, she's having fun. And they're like dancing. They're literally dancing, and you hear drums, and you hear little pipes, and
Oh, yeah, jamming. Yeah.
pure party going on. And
Yeah.
everybody was dancing up and down, and they're all like watching, going, "Hey, watch that one over there." And they kept watching each one, and each one of them kept walking through, and they went into this beautiful space with this gorgeous moonlight, with everything. Like it was so beautiful. And then I heard like some sound, it pulled me out, but it was the most stunning feeling, and I could see the whole family of
Yeah.
the elementals, just tall,
Right.
short in between, and some are flying. They all like waved. Some
Oh,
are bowing. Some are saying
yeah.
hi. Some walking
They're
through.
always happy that there's humans that will acknowledge them and be kind,
Yeah.
because they're so often ill-treated, or
Yeah.
most people don't even pay attention, so they don't even know they're there. But
Sure.
oh
Go ahead.
yes, and my sister
Oh.
the other night, she came in for her coffee in the morning, and she says, "Well, I had an interesting thing last night." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you're at my house." She says, "I saw teal blue and lavender." She says they were like dragonfly wings. And she was in the, talking to the president in the other room. That 4 a.m. call we all get.
Yes.
And that's where she was seeing it, is just in the bedroom by a little outlet light.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, they were like dragonfly rings, and they were going loop, loop, and then they just stopped. And she goes, "Do you have a fairy with the color wings?" I said, "Oh, I'm sure, probably do."
Oh, in blue? Yes, you do. You have
Yeah.
you have a lot of violet ones, blue
Yes,
ones, periwinkle color.
yes,
This gorgeous light powder blue that's almost like a teal.
yes,
They're all over. They're all
yes.
over.
All over. Yep. And I mean it in the best way. We're lousy with fairies here. We got a lot of them, which is fine. I dearly love them. So,
Yeah, but that's the thing, like I get the fae, but I get more of like the watchers of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's very interesting. They're always like, "Oh, she's the serious one. She's not going to play with us." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Shush."
Yeah. And they know I love to play. So
I know, and I love that, but I'm not. I'm so like I'm too serious.
sober sides. That's right. You need to hang out with us more.
We
Told that to
do.
my husband when we first started dating, because he was always so serious. I said, "Stick with me, kid. I'll teach you how to play."
Husband's so laid back, it's ridiculous. Like I always say, I never expected to get married, but that man is so laid back. It's amazing. Like, moving here made complete sense, because they are so laid back that he just kind of goes, he just fit right into this attitude of the way people are. Like, work hard, do your job the best you can, yes, but still chill. Like, he's just so chill.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it makes no sense. It's complete flip-flops.
So how are we doing, Loretta? Did you find the other ones?
I cannot find the pictures.
Oh,
no. It's okay. What we can do is we can put it up.
That's another reason why I want to do StreamYard, because I can get hold of that stuff,
Yeah.
And with just
that makes sense, because for me to cross over things when I was just trying to edit, you guys couldn't even put up the openings, and that's another thing. They do that in companies to make you get their products or their thing.
They got a word for it.
One of the
proprietary.
Yeah, one of the pictures we were going to try and show, and hopefully we'll get to be able to put them in on the back end, either under the comments area or something. Maybe we can do it that way. But there's one that is an image in one of the front windows, the room I was talking about, that's my music room and where my altar is. And she, my first thought when I saw her was that it was the Blessed Mother, because she's got this something over her head.
Gorgeous.
Sacred Heart is very visible. And it's
Beautiful.
just this image of a woman, what would you say, from chest up, Loretta?
Okay.
Yeah, in fact,
Like a bust. Yeah.
And my neighbor that I said pay attention to the house across the street, she sends it to me one day in a text, and she said, "Who is this lady in your window?"
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this going, "What the heck?" And
Wow.
she says, "I've been watching her. She's been there for like 5 days." And so the next time I asked her, I said, "How
Yeah.
long was it there?" She goes, "Oh, that image was in your window for weeks and weeks."
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm
Crazy.
like, well, I just thought it was interesting because it literally was right above my altar.
So do you think it was a taller spirit, like a taller nature spirit, or do you feel it was some like a guardian?
You look
Because
like
they
a
could be
woman,
guardians.
didn't you?
Like a woman
look
could be
like a woman.
guardian. It could be like, because I had a past, I was told in the reading, I had a past where I was talking to the trees like we talk to the elements. I would
Right.
talk to the elementals, the trees, the stones, the air, the water, everything.
Yeah.
Even fire. I would speak to everything, to the ash on the ground, and say, are you ready to be, reused and put into medication or something, or put into some kind of soap? Like, could be that. It could be that kind of person who would gather or just kind of protect the space.
Yeah. No, she definitely had a countenance, a soft countenance. But I know I sent her to a couple of friends. One said, "I think it's Isis," and another one said, "Oh, I think it's Gaia, maybe." I can't remember what she thought it was, but I said, "Well, with seeing the Sacred Heart and everything, my first thought went to Mother Mary." So
It really could be Mother. Well, Mother Mary did wear a hair cover, or
yeah,
okay, shmata. All right, we call it in Hebrew shmata, or like Yiddish. It's like a thing on your head.
right.
Here you can hear the New York in my voice, but the thing on your head. So
Yeah.
but it's also very European, and it's also something they would have worn where you had to get out of the sand, as far as I'm concerned. So please do not be offended what I said, but I come from a culture where people cover their hair. And my mother said, no, this is not for my daughters. So we left as, personal story. So we didn't have to have that. And we can have our independence as women. Now, this is now the regime, not the culture, the regime that took over that's causing problems. Sorry, silly politics, but love is love. There you go. Now, so this is why I don't talk politics, because I'm a walking contradiction to most, which I really don't care, because I like how I am. But this is the fact, because this is what people look at as well. Actually, it's a good little segue, because think of it this way. The elementals are not exactly what we expect them to be. Not every fairy or fae looks very pretty. They don't have long, slender legs all the time, and pretty flowing hair. No, I didn't do that.
No, some of them are, yeah.
I did that to be silly. Sorry, guys.
Sure,
I'm not trying to
sure,
be
no,
all
I
like, look at me. No, but they're not all pretty. I know ones that are so cute. They have these cute little pudgy faces, and they look like they're grimacing at you all the time. And they have this face. It's like, it's closest to this.
Yeah.
And they're the nicest things in the world. They're like, can we help you some more? It's like watching Shrek, right? The helpers in Shrek. Can we help with the baby? It's that one.
Yeah.
And they do look like this.
Yeah.
Like, you go to Shrek's swamp area, and half of those things that you see, yes, that's what they look like. They don't look like happy little, sweet little bouncing cute things. No. Some of them are holding like things with spikes on them from nature, going, "Goth, goth." Like, they're very funny. And then the leprechauns come in and go, "Yo, chill it." And then the gnomes say, above the leprechauns, they say, are they paying attention? No, they're not listening. And then little brownies at the bottom are like mischievous, but they're also very protective. So they're watching going, they're not paying attention. We have to fix over there. And like Betty was saying, there's mischief. The whole thing is mischief. What people are forgetting is we were created to have fun.
Yes.
Creation is not meant to be serious like I am. We are meant to have fun.
Have
We are
fun and lots of shenanigans.
Oh my gosh, yes. You're supposed to be sitting here. And when I was listening, I love listening to Cryon. And one of his co-friends that he works with is I forgot her name, her real name, Miranda, I'm not sure. But she brings an Adironda, a collection of Adironda, and she always says plurking. Play and working. My light workers are plurkers. They play and they work. It's my favorite thing that comes out of that to me. Because every time it says, so why do you think you're here? You think you're here just to be serious and just get things done and do things? No. This is not why you brought yourself here. You brought yourself here to have the light, to be this beautiful light, and to be this positive and negative at the same time. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
Same time.
That's
I
right.
heard the best description that if you go veer too much in one end, can I do it in my knitting? Yeah, I can. Woohoo. See, look. If you veer, the knitting comes out. If you veer one end, see, I'm gonna put it this way. One end, they're kind of equal, right? If you put too much on one side and too much on the other, and you're not somewhere in the center, neutral, which I'm always talking about neutral. That's what balance is. Neutral, the center. If you can't balance, if you go too far to the light, you're not seeing some things that can actually get you. If you're going too far into your shadow, I'm not talking dark, shadow,
Right.
then you got a problem. Because now you're not focusing on the thing that need to keep you light. It doesn't mean you have to be balanced all the time. Does it mean the Fae and all these things are balanced all the time? No. But when we're not so balanced, they come in and say, why are you so serious? Did you not think you're here to play a little game? Let's play a little game. You're a little too serious. And your papers will go flying off your bed. And you go, oh my gosh, I just organized those. I'm going to kill you. No. They say, no, it's fine. Pick them up, take a deep breath, and have a good laugh. And then put it back together and then relax for a second. Because if you're taking life too seriously, that's when things become a problem.
Right.
That's where the word problem in vernacular comes in.
Burdened. You become
That-
burdened. Mhm.
And I don't think people remember that. And if anyone takes anything away from this, is they are here to teach us to be fun, to enjoy, to be silly.
Stop
And as
being
much as I talk
serious.
about it, we have to, I talk about it all the time because I'm working on it all the time. I'm so happy, at least that is my thing to work on. Patience, 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 and more patience. And it doesn't give you the kind of patience you think. It's patience for those that you deem do not deserve the patience,
Right.
not the ones that you
Mm.
can have patience for.
Yeah.
But the ones that just push the buttons and do things to piss you off.
Yeah.
All right. That's where patience comes in. Because once you have patience, then you have compassion. When you have compassion, you have love. And once you are love, everything unfolds peacefully.
And my mantra, love and light, love and light.
Yeah.
It does the same thing. It pulls me into
Exactly.
when I have those icky energies around me. Love and light, love and light. Mother.
And, yeah, and then when you have the icky energies, guess who pops in? Some cute little fae and goes, here, have this. I was literally at the day where I was getting some paperwork and I was getting so much done. I was so excited in the past couple of weeks. And we're sitting by these flowers and these little birds came on, like, of course, two birds. Right. So the birds came over, like my favorite little sparrows, little brown cute sparrows, and they came flitting in, and like 10 of them would come in orders, like 2 or 3 would come and they look at me, they cheep, they look, and they'd
They
wait.
were excited for you.
Right.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, she has food. She's going to give us food. Say hi. Say hi. There's another one. Okay. So then I throw a little food. And then one takes a big chunk and go, you're supposed to share that. And I yell at it. And then it flies away. So then I'm like, no, you, not you. So then I take more and then I keep sending it. And then I knew that as I kept giving the food little by little, every single one of them was fed, because within 10 minutes, usually come for an hour or so, with forever. No, within 10 minutes, all of them had come about 2-3 times and they were all done. and one's just like poking around, bouncing on the ground, looking at me, saying thank you, thank you, and then he flies out. It flew up back into the tree,
Yeah.
and it was just one of the. And you can tell that's an elemental moment,
Right. Yeah.
because
And they present all
yes,
the time if you're
yeah,
paying attention. I know I talk
No.
about my grove of trees in the backyard. Now, that's where I saw early on one of the elementals, well, she's a fairy. And when she first peeked around
fairy.
the big pine tree, I was at our pond and by the waterfall, and I could sense her. And so I turned and I said, I see you. And she popped back behind the tree. Now, mind you, when I first looked at her, she looked like a squirrel. She had this shaped squirrel
Yeah.
eyes and all that. And I'm like, no, I know you're masking, but I can see you. I see you, little fairy. I see you as the fairy.
Yeah.
And she grinned, and then she ducked back behind the tree. But Walter's out in that grove all the time, and I know the stuff out there is chatting with him.
Oh my gosh.
The trees.
They're probably poking with him. Honestly, the water, the main thing in your backyard is the water. They call it the water hole. I'm just going to tell you what they call it.
Yeah.
The second you said it, all they do when you guys are sleeping, they literally bring the fireflies over. They say, come on, firefly, we need the light. I swear to you. They bring the natural light over. They party like no one's business.
Yeah.
They jump in and out of the water.
They love that fall,
like
the waterfall.
Music, yeah, the waterfall. They're going through it. They're dancing. They're having parties. They're having arguments. They have little fights. They're the funniest thing. They just jump at think of like teenagers having a party when mom and dad aren't home.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All
Walter has sensed him. He'll say, "Are we? Did we throw open a party light? Put on the party light tonight?" I said, "Why?" He goes, "We have hundreds of fairies in the waterfall playing." I'm like, "Oh, good. That's excellent."
And the elders in the grove are like, "Oh my gosh, these little ones need to
These
stop
children,
already. They're just so loud.
They just
Oh
need
my
to settle
god!"
down.
And they're not even that far from them. It's like there's the grove here, and then here's the pond. It's like, just a couple of feet away. But for them, that's
Well, it's more than a couple, but yeah.
right. No, but for them, for the fae,
Right.
for them to in terms of for a human visual, it's different from them. But if you
Right.
go across, it's a huge space. They're not going to hear us over here. No, no, we could do what we want. We could do whatever we want, and that's what they do. But that's what it is. Like when things get so, let's just say, heavy. Yeah. We have to stop and actually start thinking about things, and that's why we're talking about crystals as well. Because flowers talk. I talk to flowers. I don't walk on grass because I don't want to hurt the grass. I know you think. I know. I just don't like doing it. I don't like walking on concrete because we made that. It's already mulched down. Like, what are we gonna do about that now? But I don't mind walking on sand because it's quite lovely. That's been broken down over time.
Yeah.
It's just
Good
some
for your
people
feet,
have.
too.
It is, isn't it? So nice on your feet. Oh my gosh! But there's a way to enjoy nature.
Yeah.
And I don't think it needs to be so specific. It doesn't have to be. Okay, now ready? I'm gonna hit a taboo. Now I say this, and everyone goes, "Oh no." Okay. Not everything needs a ritual anymore.
Thank you.
Oh, look at you. You
This
have
is
your bowl of precious things.
I know, right?
Love this. I have 2 bowls up here.
I mean,
I love
there
it. This
has
one
to be.
reminds me of butter.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a string? No, that's a
orange
that-
something.
Is
Den-
it peach calcite? What is that?
peach calcite or like a
Calcite, it might be the orange calcite.
It could be an orange.
forget
Yeah, it
the
has
name.
that kind of slickery. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah, it
And
is.
milky.
It's rough, but it's soft.
Yeah.
No, but it's inside. It's milky. Like it feels milky, and
Yeah.
that's what I call milky. That's that smoothness. Nice.
This one here is kaolinite.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, I bought this from
Kyanite.
Val.
That's kyanite, right?
Kyanite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought this from
that's what-
Val over there at
Now, do
Dragon
you have
Water.
black and green kyanite as well?
Oh
would-
no, I just got that one. Yeah. And I love this stuff. Yeah.
See, we're
this-
talking about stones, and it doesn't have to be done in rituals. You can use them any way you like.
Any
Yeah.
way you like.
You
This
can wear it
one-
on your head.
This one is dragon's blood, and it's
I
a,
love
Oh,
that
dragon's
one.
blood. Okay.
yeah, and
I
it's
love
a worry
those.
stone, for your thumb. It's got the
Oh my gosh. Yes.
yeah.
Malachite. That's what it I couldn't figure the remember
Ah,
the
yes.
I love malachite.
Oh, good healing stone.
This is almost like a worry stone because it's got the little divot in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's handled a
It was meant
lot.
to be,
Yeah.
but it was really
Beautiful. Yeah, I can't handle amalekites. They're I either I think I repel them because they're too, I don't know, I think there's an element in it. Like I'm hearing like an ore. I'm not sure if that's the right
Oh.
scientific term, but there's
Yeah.
something that just doesn't, there's certain agates I can't go to. But I've had only one malachite in my house, and that's the exact green one, that almost like seafoamy green. That's the only one I have in my house.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And this
Only
what do we call this? A canyon?
Kyanite.
kyanite.
I
Yeah.
was wearing this on my neck
Oh,
for a while.
Oh yeah, it's for
And there was
speech.
this-
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is one woman who reacted like, "Can you take that off?"
My sister,
It is a super powerful
kyanite
stone.
is what introduced her to stones.
It
Uh,
is one of
it
the
kept
most
nipping
powerful
at her.
stones.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because she's like, "What do you mean stones haven't?" It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, just hang tough."
I
And
almost bought a kyanite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is
And
insanely
I
powerful.
was given a piece of petrified pitch.
Ooh,
nice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that is awesome.
Yeah. You don't find these too often.
No.
Yeah. Gal gave that to me. So, yeah.
I do the clear stones. These are beautiful. I love, like, I knew the colors would suit you, like these yellows and
Ooh.
greens and and blue.
This
What is
one
that one?
is ocean
Ooh.
picture stone.
Ocean what?
Ocean picture stone, I think it's called.
An ocean
really?
picture stone? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
something like that. That's probably not the exact name, but that's what
That's
I'm
a
calling it right now.
beautiful one. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
it looks like a leaf with yellow dots and mossy green. But the
Oh.
ocean stone comes in all kinds of different
Did somebody
colorations.
shape it like that, or did it?
Oh yeah,
nat-
that was man.
Must be. Yeah.
Well, because
That must-
sometimes you never know.
Yeah, you don't, because I know I've got some naturally formed
Yeah.
stones that are pretty awesome.
Yeah, and this is the tiger's eye. This is one of those worry
Oh
stones
yes. Yeah.
that are actually
Gosh.
shaped like that.
I took one tiger's eye out once, and it was so intense because I am quiet and shy. It
Oh.
literally overpowered me. I had to put it away with the malachite. I am not kidding. That's what I mean. Like the earthy bound ones are
Yeah.
so hard for me to wear. There's only one, and I'm only wearing one that's actually made of actual dirt into a stone. There's
Oh,
only one. Yeah, it's a sediment from the Indus, like the river in India. And
Hmm.
there's only one that I'm wearing from that area, and that's it. There's no other way to get me. Everything that I wear is from meteoric. I'm not joking. It's all meteor. I'm wearing shungite. I have a meteor in my bag, and I
Wow.
put it to a selenite, which is the biggest no-no in the world, because
Mhm.
selenite enhances everything. So now I have a meteor stone on top of a selenite that's like exploding around me at all times. So if there's a reason why I'm constantly zizzing, but the earthier ones have a harder time sitting with me. I need the clear ones. I need the blue ones and the very, very clear stones.
I like the lupus ones.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Ah,
That's a raw one.
That's a gorgeous raw one.
Yeah.
That blue.
that lapis lazuli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. Just that one side is just
Yeah.
really.
And do you know the color blue that you see in those paintings from like 1300 1400, the Renaissance and all that.
Yeah.
Lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mother, like you were saying, Mother Mary,
Yeah.
that's her color. That's where they got it. They got it from lapis lazuli.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on synthetically or something else. But it's really interesting because they use a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did in Egypt too. I mean, that's what a lot of the inlay is on Tut's golden
Oh,
death
yeah.
mask. Yeah.
And those
Yeah.
gorgeous mosaics that they have in the arabesque style of designs, where they make those beautiful, the geometry, it's basically sacred geometry. And they have all those beautiful tiny mosaic pieces between like the metal framing.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous stuff. If you just put your hand across it, you're getting like everything at once. It's amazing. Like I can't even imagine creating those things.
Yeah.
Walter's going to bring in the cathedral for you, Nicole.
See, now I'm going to challenge. I'm putting out a challenge, and I'm being told you have to finish your sentence because my higher ones are like, you got to do it. All right, we're going to talk about elementals, but we're going to tap in gently into the word of ritual. Now,
Okay.
gently, because we're not touching it completely, because people are going to lose their poop. And I say that with the kindest way.
There you go, Nicole.
Oh, hello, hi, my baby.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Walter.
Now it's on this side, you can see the rutilation. It's got some tourmaline.
It's
like-
gorgeous.
Yeah. That's the cathedral. And it's got so much going on.
Oh,
Thank
thank you
you
for showing yourself.
Yes.
Here's this is just another, it's similar.
Yes.
It's got the different
Yep.
wands in it, but then look at this other side. This is almost molten.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
fire and ice kind of. And I do
Wow.
have a stone that literally was formed in the juncture between fire and ice.
Goodness.
That's amazing.
Didn't I say it's a gorgeous stone?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
Thank you for letting me see it again.
That one
I
wouldn't
love
let me
that.
leave the shop without it. And that was at the time one of the most expensive stones I'd ever purchased.
It's the size of your head. Of course it is.
I came back to the Verbo we were at the coast, and I said, honey, I can't believe I did this without even checking with you. And he goes, what did you do? I told him. And he goes, well, can I see it? And I was looking at it. And he asked me how much I paid for it. And I told him, and he's like, he looks at it. It's a beautiful stone. I know why you had to have it. I'm like, thank you. I won't do that again though, unless I ask you.
It's like a mini mortgage to get that. I can understand. It's an amazing piece. It's huge.
Yeah. Now
I'm afraid to get a geode. I want one, but do you think that if I get a geode, would I literally not be on the ground anymore?
oh, so like an amethyst geode, one of those
Or
called.
any one of those really tall, like an amethyst or one of the.
And
Yeah,
I'll
like,
tell you something, when they're meant to be yours, it doesn't matter. You find them, like I have a geode, it's a cross cut of lavender and calcite. It's lavender, amethyst, and calcite.
Mhm.
And it probably is about easily like that. It's heavy.
Yeah.
They're $100.
See, no. See, I wanted the one
Now,
from the floor to the ceiling, like
that's-
to the mid of the ceiling.
Oh,
like,
well,
it-
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's the
But
one
I
that's
couldn't
calling me.
believe
The
the
one that
price
fits
point
the
on
wall.
the one that I got. And
That's
it
the
was,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah. I want one of those. Something's calling me that's like, I'm only 5'2", but let's say about 2 feet tall at least. And then it's just not narrow, but wide. And it doesn't just have, like you're saying, amethyst, but it has a combination of actual like quartz and amethyst, or like little citrine.
Uh-huh.
It had like multiple heat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's the one that's calling me. And it's always yellow, violet, and white, because there aren't blue geodes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There aren't blue geodes, and they dye them because you don't really have blue in a geode. Technically, that I know of. If somebody knows better than me in stones, go for it. So I'm going to put a challenge out, my lady friends, and everyone watching. I'm
Okay.
going to poke. While we talk about elementals, since they are all about fun, here's my theory. They also encouraged us and our ancestors or our souls prior to dance to the moonlight, wash certain stones, move in a certain pattern, do this on a specific time, do that on a specific time. Or I have nothing against, I love the fact that we do eclipses and what do you call those, the lunar things and all those stuff, right? I get that, right? The moons and all that. Yes. But I have a feeling, this is my theory, just now, literally just now, possibly they encouraged us as people to be more connected to nature, to create a ritual to reconnect to Mother Earth, the mother, that the entity in which we're on top.
Sure.
I'm curious what your thoughts on that's just what came through. I'm just curious what you guys take from that. I'm not challenging anyone's beliefs. I'm asking, could this be where it's from? Because at some point, we just see monks or people in like Zen, which are whether you're a monk or not, like, but people in all shapes and forms, different lives, and anywhere they are. And they're just Zenning in their own way. Like they're just peaceful. Some people call it nirvana, some people, whatever it is, right? And they're just at such awareness of the self that they no longer need anything but that moment, that presence, that inward moment. So like when we say what goes within and so throughout, so what's above and so below, it's the equal balance of the two working in the juxtaposition. That's what I call the cross, by the way. So what would that, how would that, yeah, I'm going slightly deep, but how would that how do you guys see that? And how do you think, and I hope whoever does see this just thinks, what would that mean to me? Do I need a ritual? Because last night I made up a new habit of just writing at night. And last night I did. I just needed a release. Because I was frustrated with my husband. Yes, I'll say it. But I had a release and I wrote in my notebook. And it felt wonderful. So that could be a form of a ritual that you don't do every day. But I'm asking, in terms of ritual, does it have to be rigid? Because for me,
No.
I don't believe it does.
No.
I'm asking in that context.
And that's what was my early, and no one take offense, please, if you're
just
if
ask,
you're
I'm just throwing it
religious,
out there.
but
Yes.
that was my biggest I don't even know what the word is to call it other than that was my bugaboo, I'll put it that way. Against religion, because it's so ritualized.
What was your bugaboo? I'm sorry.
Rituals in religion. It's I'm sorry, it's what in my opinion, it's what the Bible calls dead works, because there's nothing enlivened in it. You stand up, you sit down, you say the same prayer. You stand up, you sit down, you get on your, and I'm like, that is not enlivening. I think everything moves, spirit moves, everything moves. And the more we can be in movement, and embrace all of that collectively, I think the more it gives us expansion. What are you doing?
I'm taking up food. I'm sorry. I'm taking up food and it's making crinkly noises. So I'm trying not to be noisy. I'm sorry. That's my sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Sorry.
No,
sorry.
I like what you said there, BJ. I mean, I came up kind of different. And so I was very grounded from birth. Because, when you go from birth to, let's see, it was, we didn't have inside toilet until I was almost 13 years old.
That's crazy.
Water pollen and, we had forest and, so I was not into all this other stuff, the TV, the radios, all that, I was busy.
And that's a perfect example because you're more connected to the nature.
Well,
you're more connected to the fae or whatever's around, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And And now, I mean, I can't go out like I like, but you know, I do it in other ways through music. Here recently, it's the Native American drumming and their
Love it.
songs,
Love it.
and I just lose myself in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Me
And
too. Me too.
you know, so yeah, I find that I have to change, you know, because the ritualistic doing the same pattern over, it falls dead.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It is. It
So
still
yeah,
works.
I always change it up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, I know people have their own ways and they have their beliefs, and we're actually actively being asked to change constantly. And that's what I think the elementals do for us as well. Like we go to the elementals searching for answers, and 10 times out of 10, forgive me, every single time they're going to say, we are in a constant it's not flux. We are in a perpetual. I wrote it down. Oh, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I wrote
the
it
only
last night.
thing guaranteed in life is change.
Change, right?
Yeah.
Only
Right.
thing. Yeah.
So let's see if I can find it. Where are we? Oh, I'm going to. Yeah.
And the more we have the ability to flex and
Yes.
change and adapt,
Yes.
the better off we are, truly.
Yeah.
Especially these days and times. You know, you might have to bug out on a notice, you know, 30-second notice. So, yeah.
I wrote the infinite of for what it truly is, meaning life, right? To understand that all that is in existence is in a perpetual, consistent, continuous, and ever expanding state. That there is no true definable beginning nor definable end to any experience we have created to endure.
I love that.
And I just got that last night at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's why I brought this up. It's because why do we need to play? Why does BJ, B tell me all the time, stop it and play a little, stop being so serious. It's because she gets to play with the fae and I get to play with the guards. That's what it works on. Right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why are we, yes, you can have the rituals. You can say, I have to wash this and I can't wash that. Yeah, guess what? I shower with a labradorite for 3 years. And everyone's like, you can't do that. It doesn't like it. Yes, it does. If that's what works for you, that's what you do. And it's not a ritual. It's just because that's what it is. I wear 4 rings on my finger, 1 and 3. 1 for new, 3 for foundation. Why? Also, they're my wedding bands.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? Because I don't take these off. Do I have 5 in total? Yes. Do I like the number 5? No. So I don't wear the 5 in all. If I wear 5, it has to be 6. So sometimes you'll see 6 rings there. Sometimes you'll see 4. Right now, 4 is grounding. So I'm chilling. 6 means I need some harmony right now. 8 means back up. I'm creating something right now, and a tornado is going to hit you if you're not going to be in the eye of my storm. So that's how that works, you know. Or if it's 7, I'm going in. You're not going to see that because my hands aren't going to be on camera. That means I'm just going to. So, and that has to do with elementals, the stones, the metals, the native indigenous. You guys said it as well. It was beautiful because they were talking about the wisdom of silver. The gold is not so valuable, but the silver has more value, which is absolutely profound.
Isn't that incredible?
Isn't that something? Isn't that something?
We are most people for gold. And when I read the Bible, I thought, what in the Sam blazes are they throwing in the gold for?
Yeah. Yeah. The bullion. The Spanish conquistadors.
To do with
anything. Yeah. The conquistadors came over, and I was listening to this wonderful indigenous speaker, and he was saying, listen, our people, our ancestors, our fathers and mothers created their art, their honor, their respect to their elders in their jewelry. And if it was in jewelry and they had, let's say they had access just to gold, they would put it in gold. And the conquistadors, smart as they are, melted it down. So we don't have the artifacts, as we'd call them, or these sacred pieces that are sacred to lineages that no longer have physical form. Or if they do still have physical form in different forms of DNA now, people, that you have to really find, because we have annihilated whole swaths of natural, and we're talking today about natural things, obviously, right? Natural progression of things and natural sacredness. So stones are natural, things are natural. We can talk supernatural all you want, but if you want to talk tactile, that was tactile. You know, there's very few gold masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going into nature. That's why sitting by a river is so relaxing, to just hear that water babble over the rocks. It is soul nourishing. Nature is. It just is. That's why, you know, you got to ground, go hug a tree. That'll get you grounded real quick. Put your feet in the grass if you're not opposed to stepping on it. You know, otherwise hug a tree. You know, dig your toes in the sand and just let that sand work its magic on you.
Have you been to the Willamette River?
I'm sorry?
No.
BJ, have you been to the Willamette River?
The Willamette River? Yeah, I live right by it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there, and because we were talking about this closeness to nature, and I had a short stint as a nomad. I'll tell the story and show the picture of a vehicle I was in, should not have been in, and should not have done what it did. But I was on the edge of the Willamette River. I had camped for a little bit, and I went down the bank, and there was this perfect seating and tall grass. And the water was right there, and there were rocks, and it was flowing. For 3 days I was there. I would go down the river and I'd sit down and I'd just cry, and thank the universe for bringing me home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Incredible.
That is incredible.
See, and nature is where that's where I regain my balance. That's where I center. And I know that's why I took my first steps in the redwood forest as an infant, because the first thing I wanted to do was go walk up to this redwood to hug it.
That's so like, you could touch a redwood? Wow.
Yeah, we used to camp in a place called San Mateo Memorial Park, and it's a redwood forest just off Half Moon Bay there in California. You go down the coast and then pop back in, and it's right there in that mountain range. And that's where we camped every summer until we moved to the Oakland side of the bay there in California. So yeah, my sister and I ran that. We knew that place like the back of our hands. And you know, her being 7 years older, she'd always take the lead, and I'd just follow her because I knew she was going to get us where we need to go to get back again. So yeah, lovely.
So if you're the two of you guys are in nature, is it just like, I mean, to me, elementals are everything. It's not just the beings that protect them, like the fish, like, you know, all those, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, go. Yeah.
Oh, but that's why I know, that's why I love the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot. I love them dearly. They are the forest keepers. Now, granted, there's two different types. There's ones that are they're not of this world. They're from another realm, and they're more warrior. They're not quite as
warriors. You're strappy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little shorter than the ones we're familiar with in the forest.
Right.
And they're kind of ornery. They come in to you know, take care of business. So, but for the most part, the creatures that are the forest creatures, oh my God, they're beautiful. They're lovely.
Are you saying,
I'm sorry?
Are you saying that there's an earthbound Sasquatch, and then the ones that come down out of the space
from another realm? Yeah. They come in and out.
I thought they were all connected to the cosmos, because, you know, they can drop them like a rag while they were
Yeah, they can be good, but there are some that are very I call them stroppy.
Yeah.
They come in with like some of them just like we have the fae that are mischievous. There are those that are,
Mhm.
let's just say every being has one side that wants of the same.
Mhm.
Doesn't have to look exactly the same, but of the same type. That doesn't actually like the rules.
Well, and they'll match energy too. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
come at them, you're
Yeah.
holding a weapon and you're threatening.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Oh,
gonna make
yeah.
sure you don't.
But those are the stories you hear. Probably what BJ's talking about, like the stories that you probably hear of those who are um more combative, we'd call
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
more protect, like they're protective, but they're not the ones that would shy from the battle.
Yeah.
There are
I've
those
never
who are
heard of an
diplomatic that
aggressive.
won't do it. Like I work with the ones that are diplomatic, and we work with those that say, shh,
Mhm.
don't go there right now. We'll get this.
Yeah.
But if we tell one of them, say, hey, listen, they're building another tower in the middle of, for example, Montauk Point, hint, hint, yeah, in Long Island. Yeah, I said it.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, they destroyed it. We said, just do us a favor, do us a solid. Can you go in and take care of that? And they caught this one on, and can't. There's a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah. There's like a black. I know. I wish I could find the picture now that I'm talking out loud. But
Yeah.
if you look for it, you'll find this picture of this being just going what, like
Yeah.
from like a side view, like back away, and
And
it's
this is
literally him,
Montauk?
like ripping this thing out of like this wire or something out of the air. And I swear to you, it just took down this whole system that was calling and creating this connection that needed to be disconnected. So
Okay.
basically destroyed the apparatus. And the story goes, this is I've done so much research, but the story goes that it was pulled it down and it's standing there, and those who caught it were just like their face went white, and they're just like, no, we're not going near that. No. It's like they were petrified into fear by the
Yeah.
like ferocity of like just ripping it down and going, no. And then you would sit like, and I could see like from the picture, you don't see the taller one that Beth's talking about. That's going, thank you.
Yeah.
Like so it's not that they're bad nor good. It's everything has to, that's what the balance of the two things always are.
Right.
One
Like
is
I say,
needed
they
when they're
resonate.
needed.
I know.
So do you think Sasquatches belong in the category of elementals?
Yes,
Well,
I
yeah.
do.
I mean, they're considered a cryptid more or less by scientific genome, but I would put them in with the rest.
With the
Yes.
elementals? Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
my
What?
story of Squatch, when I first went back to northern Utah, again, always out in nature, had a lot of stuff I needed to sort out in my head. So every morning by 6:30 in the morning, my dog and I would be up on the northern pass and we'd start hiking. And sometimes I'd go to the summit and sometimes I wouldn't. I'd just hike the mountain and let the forest talk to me. But I had done this for several months, and then I decided, and this was in heavy snow. We were in getting good snow, and I decided to follow the wash around the backside of the mountain to what's known as the Huntsville side of the mountain. And I'm going along and I'm going along, and my dog, who would always hike a figure eight, he'd go, 6, 8 feet ahead of me, come check on
Wow.
me, 6, 8 feet behind me, and he would hike this way the whole time, making sure I was safe.
Nice.
And all of a sudden I realized as we were coming up, we were on this set of switchbacks and we were getting elevation, and he started shortening up his distance. And I'm like, something's going on. And then I keyed in and I'm like, okay, the whole forest is quiet. Something's going on. So I get up around this bend and I stop. I just felt it very prompted to stop. And I look to the right and then when I look to the left, here's my dog going nuts, sniffing the snow in the spot. And he's just sniffing it. checking it out, snorting, and I come over and I'm like, what are you doing? And I scooted him out of the way, and I realized I'm looking at this huge track. And I'm like, who's snowshoeing up here? And then I'm like, that's not a snowshoe. It's got toes. It has an arch. It has lines in the arch. There were 3 very clear tracks. He was stepping down. He had come out of the forest line, come across that dry trail, and then he was going down towards the valley because lots of berry bushes down there. So he was going to go have some snacks.
Wow.
What I figured out years later, because I stood my ground for a long time in the dog, and I thought about continuing on. And of course, this was the only time in all the months that I hiked, I forgot my camera. I went to reach into my backpack to grab my camera to take pictures of these tracks.
You forgot your camera, really? You
Yeah.
really forgot your camera?
I didn't have my camera. I'm like, seriously. But you know what I realized as I thought about that over the years? That dude was very aware of me on that mountain.
Yeah.
And I know he was paralleling us on the mountain, because I had people tell me later, girl, are you out of your blasted mind? You were up there hiking right in prime hunting season. You're lucky you didn't get shot. I'm like, well,
Holy.
I don't call that luck, but I said, no, I'm very good at reading the mountain and reading the forest and listening. And if I feel or sense any danger, I book them down, back to the car and go. But I
Wow.
know he was keeping an eye.
He was making sure you're safe.
Yeah. And I did.
Absolutely.
I really later wished, gosh, I would have loved to have seen him, seen the face. Because I don't know if you guys are familiar with Swan. What is he called? Swan Lake. He's up in Canada. His name's Robert, and he goes. He's very in tune with the Sasquatch, and so he has several areas that he goes up there where he has gifting bowls, and he leaves them. Every time he posts, there are pictures. He's got them. If they're not in his sunglasses, they're in the forest, and you can see them. And I can pick him out quickly. I'm like, oh, there's a little one. He even got a baby, a young one, just a little one. Cute, cute. But I love their faces. They're like old, wizened beings.
Yeah.
They're not
What's
scary.
his name again? He posts these pictures online.
Yeah, it's called the Swan. Oh shoot, I'll have to shoot it
I've heard
too,
of this.
because
Yeah.
he's amazing.
We're gonna have to do another elemental anyway, so we can
Yeah.
pictures up.
And he's got native bloodlines anyway, and so his family, they have forested land and farmland, and he knows they come on his property all the time. He hears them. He had finally built a deck, and he said, I'm in the house one night and I hear this loud bang, on the deck. Like, good job. He said, that's totally the thought I got. Oh, good job. Boom.
They protect the portals too in the spaces. Like in your porch, they would be protecting your portal. Like,
but they know he is a good hearted individual, and he's just really curious about them, and he's respectful. And so he whistles to them. He whistles like a loon, and they whistle back, or they'll tree knock to him. He plays his flute, his native flute, and they love that. They come around. But yeah, he's doing great stuff on that. I'm like, oh, please don't ever really reveal your locations, because there's just too many out there that would want to do harm.
Well, now I'm looking forward to part 2.
Yeah. Because we're really, I know we had a late start and everything.
And I don't know how long we've been on.
No, I'm not fine.
Yeah.
And a little fruit fly keeps talking to me as you guys are talking. This is how nature talks to me. A little fruit fly that's been walking around the house is all over my knitting, my hands, my arm. And I'm like, fruit fly, I'm not trying to kill you. Can you just go away?
Oh, we had a huge horsefly that followed us all the way down to our office a couple of weeks ago. And he was being so obnoxious. I finally told him, I said, look, you need to just go right over there and stay put. And he listened. He went over and
That's good.
it's like,
I
you're
mean,
just,
you could yell at nature all you like too. I mean, but that's what I think the good point of this episode is, or just us talking is, I want people to think, not just, if you're following any video, you're watching someone, they're walking through the beach or wherever they are, they're walking through this gorgeous forest, they're going to a pond, they're going to anywhere. I want people to understand you have your own way of expressing this.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow anyone. You don't have to do what other people think. You don't have to believe anything we said.
right.
Yeah.
None of it. Because I've heard so many stories of, oh my gosh, a Sasquatch was yelling and growling at me. Well, maybe you were littering,
Yeah.
Maybe you had a
just
thought
an
to
ugly
litter.
thought. Yeah.
Right. And you had a very deep, evil thought in your head. I want to do this and this to someone. Trust me, they will growl at you for that.
Yeah.
So, and if you're trying to be like all pissed off and take anger out at nature, start thrashing, I don't know, bushes or kicking stuff meaning trees, plants, whatever. Yeah, they're going to throw things at you like the bugs, and they'll be like, bugs, go. And then you'll have a wasp come at you, or a bee, or some kind of fly. Well, no, I didn't mind my fruit fly, but a thing,
Yeah.
Don't piss off nature.
Right.
This is what the elementals do. They are nature.
Yeah.
They're everything that we make up chemically, as we call chemicals and elements. We are made of the elements. And that's as simple as it gets. You look at the blue sky, you're seeing nitrogen mixing with oxygen in the air.
But we are.
That's what you see. And that's an element in the air that is an invisible element. So if anyone says, no, there's no such thing as invisible this and that can't be true, you're looking at it in the sky.
Yeah.
The only time you see it in those colors for real that are in everything around you is when you see a rainbow, and where the water acts as plasma. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Plasma form. It's in a droplet gaseous form in the sky, and it's in the air, as we call it, and it allows for the oxygen in the water, and the H2O, the hydrogen and the oxygen allows the oxygen. Now we're talking science, so anyone's gonna go have fun. So you take it actually reflects through like a prism on purpose.
Yes.
Allows the
Can we get
sunlight to,
rainbows?
and it creates the rainbow. You
Right.
don't need a crystal. You just need a drop of water.
Right.
And then you can see an entire universe.
Yeah.
A
And if you
cosmos.
want to understand air currents and flow, look at a river.
Exactly. You can't
Same
stop
thing.
her. One of my favorite. I'm so happy you said that. One of my favorite lines is of like the Buddha or one of those wonderful masters said, "You can't stop a river from flowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can't. You can change its direction.
Right.
True.
Yep.
But if it's coming from the top of a mountain, you could
It's
dam
good.
it up.
Yeah.
But you can't stop it from flowing down that mountain.
Right.
That's
It's gonna
You just
do what
can't-
yeah.
That's true.
Don't do what it
So why
do.
go against the current?
Okay, so how
Yes.
about we close this out for today?
Okay.
We'll pick it up again real soon,
Very good.
and
So I will,
looking forward to it.
I'll do a quick sign off, and we want to thank you all for coming and viewing this. As we always say, take what resonates with you. If you find value here, please enjoy it, take it with you.
Yes.
Think on it, ponder it. If not, leave it here. We take no
Yeah.
offense either way.
No.
And we are anxiously looking to start doing live so that we can begin a real dialogue with all you folks. So
Yeah.
remember to do the YouTubey things. I'm
Yeah.
still the slow
No,
mover here on the,
not. You have, if you combine the 3 pages on your YouTube, you have over 50.
You do.
they won't
I keep
combine them.
saying this.
Yeah. they
Whoever
won't
watches, please, if you like, and I know you do like the content from BJ's Esoteric Musings. I'll say it again. BJ's Esoteric Musings. then a white again. Okay, so do us a favor. Go to the page that has the most and subscribe there. I lost about 4 subscribers. I really don't care. I do care and I don't care because I have a feeling it's the
It
system doing its
happens. Ebb and flow, ebb and flow.
Exactly.
Well,
You know,
we'll put the
Yeah.
links in the
Yes, all the links, and I got to
below.
remember to do that. So when I
I
do
I
my-
will do that and I'll put it and I'll send it out
Perfect.
to you so you can just copy and paste it.
Oh, you're
down
so
below.
good. You're so-
Yeah.
yeah, do the links, but I put you guys in the descriptions.
yeah.
I put the at
And that's
thingies
what
in
I
the-
had forgotten to do last time. But yeah, we'll
We'll
get there.
get there.
And yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. We love all of it. We love,
Share.
love to hear. Yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
so again, this is Mother's Tarot, Loretta.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Cosmic Blue Avian, Nicole, and I'm BJ from BJ's Esoteric Music, or B, or Betty. I answer to just about anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
So,
good.
I call her
Okay.
B. It's easier.
yeah, my cousin calls me B. My cousin that my husband says is my CT, my cosmic twin. So I
All
love
right.
it, folks.
We'll see you in the next video.
We will be here in,
Hopefully it will
in
be
2
live.
weeks and hopefully live. We're going to
Yeah.
play and see how until we get it good. And we're going to see about getting you those photos, either
Yeah.
in the comments or whatever, that you can
We'll
check
get
those
those
out.
photos in the next time. We're gonna do StreamYard so I can know how
Oh,
to
good.
operate.
We can add them in.
We'll get it
And
set up.
if we don't do another one on elementals next time around, we will try to put it. I will have my husband try to put it in the editing. If I can get the photos, he might be able to put them in
Ah.
to the video itself. So like we could put it even at
We
the end.
can just
or
save
after.
it for the next time, you
It's
know?
up to you guys.
I mean, let's because I like the Sasquatch thing. There was a lot more we could have talked about. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Oh,
let's just do a part 2, make that our first live, you know,
yeah.
and we'll
Okay.
bring that
So
forward.
stay
And-
tuned for part 2.
Yeah, and we can do a post in our community
And
page.
please, if you have questions about elementals or you anything of that sort, get them in the next couple of weeks so that we can
Mm.
bring those up in the live and open
Yeah.
that up hopefully to a wider forum.
Well, this
Yeah.
week.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye-bye,
Love to you
everybody.
guys.
Oh, let's see the namaste. Namaste.
What we
Namaste.
got to do.
Namaste. There you go. Okay. Love you all.
Love you guys
See you in the
too.
Next video.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.